Right. Okay. I'm going to explode the myth. And the only thing that's going to be exposed this evening is the truth. The truth that the press never tell you. Sarah. She died in 2000, abducted from a field behind her grandparents' house, murdered by Roy Whiting, a previously convicted sex offender. Madeline disappeared in 2007 in Portugal, not in the UK, and yet most people think this is an example of danger to children in this country. So we've got two cases, one child missing, one child murdered. And we still talk about these cases a decade later. So let's compare this with non-stranger danger. By this, it means the people who are known to the child. So somebody who the child generally trusts. When the slide comes up, baby P. 50 injuries on his body, including a broken spine. Killed by his mother and her boyfriend. He was 17 months old. Since Sarah died in 2000, there have been 400 cases like baby P. Killed by parents or known adults. It is, on average, 1.4 a week in this country. Killed by somebody that child knows. How come we never hear about this? Why is this never reported? Is it because actually we'd be so bored? Do we not want to hear this? We just get so sick of hearing about it? Or is it actually that the press know that this is too painful for us to hear? That we'd rather have this imaginary thing in our heads that danger comes from strangers? But this is the reality. This is the reality of what is going on in the world today. In communities that we live in the world around us. The biggest killers of children are adults that the child knows. So was in fact baby P lucky? Was baby P lucky to have been put out of his misery? The pain, suffering's over. He's not going to be tortured anymore. Well, what about all the kids who are still alive? They're going through this all the time. But surely there are signs. Surely there are signs that we're not seeing. Because if baby P had over 40 injuries, what about the ones who've got 39 who are still alive? What can we see? If we can't see the bruises, what other signs are there that we could be seeing? A child that's withdrawn, not active. These are the known cases in this country today that we know about of children that are at risk of the people that are supposed to be caring for them. But we don't know about the other ones. How about the ones who are too scared, too frightened of retaliation or retribution from the people who are supposed to be looking after them? How many cases are there out there? So if there are signs, like a child who's possibly withdrawn, not smiling, if we can't see the bruises, maybe it's that they're not smiling, not active, not contributing, a bit withdrawn, a bit sitting on the sidelines. Have you ever seen a child that looks a bit like that? Have you ever suspected? Have you ever thought? If you ever have a gut feeling that there is something wrong with a child, don't second guess. Phone the professionals. They know. Give them the information and let them decide. So we've got the children who are abused, murdered by strangers, not a very high risk. And then we've got the children that really are at risk in their own homes. So actually, for the children that you know, your kids or nieces or nephews, you know they're safe, so actually they're not really at risk, are they? So why don't we let them out? There's a great, wonderful, cool world out there. Don't lock kids up. Let them go out, let them explore it, let them discover the world. Thank you.